I must have put the wrong channel URL because I checked it just a little bit ago and I was like, oh, it's approved. And I looked and I was like, yeah, that's not Chris Palmer's channel.
Dang it.
So I'm waiting for Williams isn't approved yet. I'm just waiting. I thought maybe it would be approved by now, but it hasn't been approved yet.
Sweet. Didn't you needed me to send you login information or something, didn't you?
Yeah, I just did it a different way though. So so I'll send it to you. Copy. I'll send it to you on Facebook Messenger. And you can see click on Craig's.
Okay.
And you can see what I'm doing. I'm making like a marketing one. So I'm putting a bunch of marketers more or less who I respect and just sticking their channels in. Because I don't need your username and password.
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna add that in there. We just got back as of yesterday, so but see the one that we just got it ranked yesterday before financial goals. The volume on that's 50,000.
Impressive, man.
Yeah.
The one I'm going here, check out this short-term one, envy. The one that you like, Chris, I'm going after that keyword, just envy. Say, give me 7 days and that thing's gonna be up in the top 3. So
that's me. I envy your rankings on YouTube. No, that's sweet, dude.
No. Just doing what we can do. I'm going to be quiet on YouTube, believe it or not, probably for the next week because I'm building out a bunch of funnels for ClickFunnels type stuff, and I'm rearranging some stuff. So I'm going to basically, it's just going to be local SEO audits for the next week at least, unless I can get these things done pretty fast. So
sounds like work. That's a good thing.
I'm actually doing it myself. Yeah.
Why?
I like doing them. I like ClickFunnels, believe it or not. Like it. You love SEO. You don't like SEO. I love ClickFunnels. I love it. So diving in, doing some things because basically, I'm taking GMB Pros, put it in ClickFunnels, the website, the SEO, everything in ClickFunnels because I'm actually going after, besides the YouTube plaque, what I really want is the ClickFunnels plaque, the 2 comma award. Just
make
to
it
put
10.
that in the
make it a 10 comma. Yeah, you might as well. I mean,
just to put it behind us.
Those are sick too, dude. Those are like official.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
So we got about 5 of them we're going for. So I got about 5 funnels that I'm going to be putting out. So we'll see. And then was wild. What's his name? Had goosebumps. I had Russell Brunson's VA messaging me for the past 2 days. Apparently have been on someone's radar.
That can't be
that
bad.
Was cool. No, I was like, what? It's like, who's messaging me here?
Hey, that
so
could be
pretty
that
cool.
could be
Even if it's just his VA. So
he's probably like, how are you ranking?
Yeah.
That's what I told him. I said, I had someone else ask me, I said, listen, Craig offered me 10 grand on the damn show. I'm not giving it up.
Oh man, you were talked about for 25 minutes today about CTR manipulation in his coaching today.
Yeah. I told you Brent, well, not Brent, but Brock, he figured it out, one part of it within 15 minutes. Because I gave on, did you talk? I don't know. You weren't on the last one. I'll give it to you, give you this part, Chris. So go, if you know it, you probably already figured it out, but go to any video that I've done, any of the last ones I've ever done, look at the description, go to Google, and you take the key term you think I'm trying to rank for, like whatever you think it is, local SEO, whatever, take that term, put it in Google, and then look at the results in Google. And you can figure out, if you do that, one of the major aspects of what I'm doing. So, but It's so in front of your face, dude. It's just like once you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my God.
I didn't see it until you told me. I was like, and then you told me, I was like, what? No.
It's working.
Yeah.
Remember
then I was
the
up
one
for
thing,
like
you
32
copied
hours
my
messing around with it.
timestamps. You copied my timestamps. Well, timestamps are one of the number one. I don't care what anybody says. Timestamps are number one ranking factor besides traffic. And then there's the other aspect of what we're doing. But when your timestamps match a certain little something, something, I'm finding it works. I'll put it that way. But we'll see if we
Okay,
can
now
get.
you gotta shut up now.
If I can get Envy ranked, that'll be kick ass. So
Envy like the laptop or
Just
envy as in
no envy like sloth,
BNVY.
gluttony, envy. You envy me. Here's another one I'm probably going to do this upcoming week. It's called Honey Badger. Just Honey Badger, just Honey Badger, just the animal. You know, and it's going to be basically about mental toughness. Why most people fail is because you should be like a honey badger. If you know anything about honey badgers. Honey badgers basically take their young, right? And they literally make them build up an immunity towards scorpions and poisonous animals little by little by little until they're older and they can withstand all the crap that comes at them. You can literally take a hatchet and go after a honey badger and it won't even hurt them. Hit them with it. Won't even affect them.
here's one eating a freaking looks like a cheetah or something on here on YouTube.
They eat lions and all. I mean, they're dangerous, bro.
That's a big volume right there.
Yeah, it's about, I think, a couple 100,000 or something.
165. Yeah, dude.
So
I like it.
But mental toughness, SEO, business stuff, marketing, just general type stuff. I like your SEO. I like your SEO after dark, dude. It reminded me immediately of when I was a kid. I think it was Nick at Night or something like that. And I was like,
yeah,
SEO after dark. I love this.
I stole it from like the poker, you know.
Yeah, I remember that one. So I gave when I put your blast out today, I said SEO after dark with Chris.
I love it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I think it's neat.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it a lot. Let's see here. Got some questions coming in. All right. Okay. Patrick, Chris, would you say some things about getting reviews? How do you? Yeah, matter of fact, because I think I saw you did something recently. I seen a post, I think by you, Sir Chris. You did 130 or 140 reviews at scale.
Oh, views or reviews?
Reviews.
Oh, reviews. Yeah, I mean, I have a guy that's doing reviews for me now. I mean, other than that, it's more so it's not about getting the reviews. I think that's easy for all of us, right? It's getting them to stick. So I did 140 of them that stuck. I didn't say how many we did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, getting them is easy. I mean, there's lots and lots and lots and lots of people out there that offer it. But yeah, so the reviews isn't the problem, it's getting them to stick. So I mean, what more can I say about reviews? That's about it.
People in here.
They're tough.
Let's see. And if you guys, I mean, I had a couple of y'all in here. I dropped like a link or an offer to 20 something ebooks I got that range anywhere from marketing, just straight marketing, to SEO. If you comment on those posts, I'll give that over to you. Let's see here. Greg, yep, exactly. It's hard to get them to stick sometimes, but let's see here.
For sure.
I'm on my clients' asses about reviews, and their own clients' reviews don't stick. Yep. I mean, I have them and then they don't stick. So, All right, I do have a new GMB that ranked first on maps pretty quickly, got a negative review, which I reported got removed since it was clearly a poorly made new account that sent me a review. Since it's a competitive niche, since in any account on my age accounts, minimum level 5 guides, I try to leave a review to the GMB. It doesn't go live. Any thoughts on this?
So wait, you're trying to leave a review and it won't hit for you? Is that really the question there?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's IP or it's the account. I mean, switch the account first and foremost, but before you do that, get a new IP. How many reviews have you left using that computer or that IP address? It's usually going to be IP or account or both. So switch the account, switch the IP. Like go find your Lime proxies or somebody cheap like that, where you could get your quarter proxies, burn them out, and then move on. There's a lot of lists out there too. There's like curated proxies where they're running the tests and they're always scraping the new lists. You can run them through those. I'm sure there's got to be a way to automate it, like with browser automation. So yeah, just test it out that way is what I would do. Change the IP, change up the account. Be all right.
Excuse me. Yeah, it doesn't show since the accounts are legit made by myself using your own 4G proxies. Yeah. A lot of it's just trust factor. Even if I can make a local level guide 10 account easy. Give me 2 hours and I can make one. It doesn't mean it's going to be trusted. Get it to trust it. This is totally different.
Yeah, I think that takes time. Start with an age. Maybe I try to steer clear. Personally, I try to steer clear of the local guides just because the amount of local guides there are. You know, it's just so far few.
What would you do if you cannot get a postcard per Jeff? He's tried 3 times, still can't get it.
Yeah, it's been a lot tougher lately. I don't know, maybe send one to a competitor and then call them and ask them for the PIN code.
Have you tried this? That'd be Chris crazy, man.
You got that. I was waiting for you, William. I was waiting for it to hit. Like, wait a minute, what was that?
We've done that before, and we've also done hijacking before. One that I've been working with is one I'm thinking about doing a video on next week is go get the I don't know if I should say it, but whatever. Go do the pin drop, do pin drops. And then once you do the pin drops, do citations. And I've mentioned this before, do the citations. After you do citations, you can actually do the post, do some reviews. And if it pops into the maps, then I take that map listing and I start sending reviews to it, get about 12 reviews to it. And then it will almost every time I've seen it, instant verify without having to put in a PIN code, without having to do any of that shit. So
I think that's a good piece of information, actually. You can get 10 per account. Accounts go for about what, 2 pennies a piece.
Yep.
Load them up on those bulk added proxies. Go make as many as you possibly can. You're bound to hit eventually. Some of the verification methods are a little harder right now, but what I would recommend is what I have found is as time progresses and one hole closes, go back to stuff that used to work. Starts working again. So just keep trying. But that's a really good way. Let them age, let them sit for a minute. It takes a little bit of effort, but you'll definitely hit for sure.
Patrick says the 4G proxies are not a magic pill. There's nothing that's a magic pill. That's a problem is most people. And I remember Chris actually said this on, he did a review of Agency Assassin,
Mm.
or not really review, not review, whatever, right? And one of the things he said, which I think is 100% really accurate, is most SEOs say this works, and they don't know if it fucking works because they haven't done, okay, how do you know it works? Did you just only use Agency Assassin? You didn't do any optimization. You didn't do no citations, no Google posts, no Google reviews. You didn't do no backlinks. You don't have a website. How do you know it works? Because most of the time what he's talking about, he said literally, he's like, you have multiple things going on at one time, and then you go, oh, it works.
You're like, wait, which one was it? I know that.
Even Michael Merlino, when he comes on and talks about CTR, and we do our CTR class, he says he's using Agency Assassin, CTR Booster, his own proxies. So you got 3 or 4 different things in that mix that he's doing. And then, you know, everybody, it works. Well,
yeah,
that's why Chris said, you be the judge. Chris said, you be the judge. Does it work or not work? You judge it.
Yep. And I showed some of those accounts because there was, we were just testing. If you just turn it on, don't do anything, this is what happens.
Yeah.
That's why that's exactly right. I wasn't saying that, you know, because it definitely stuff was showing up in analytics. And I tested it on another account and I was seeing boosts. But for those 5, no. But let you be the judge.
It's one of the things like Chris, if y'all follow him, is like he goes, okay, we're going to test this. He does test. When he says he's testing this, he means he's testing this, nothing else. You're like, I'm doing just this one thing on this one account, you know.
Nothing else. That's right.
Let's see here. All right, Greg, would you take a real estate agent client with an IDX website to track their GMB? Not a lot can be done with their website, bad for SEO. Thinking just hit with blogs and PRs, local signals, backlinks. I've actually done several real estate agent clients back home in Jacksonville before, so it can be done. Just depends. Have you done much real estate, Chris?
Not much. No, that's not really my cup of tea.
So saying that, of everybody, I think I've probably done
1 Ray White. That's about it.
Maybe four, if that. Graham, you started buying smartphones in bulk. Holly made me think. Chris did a review, not technically of agency. It was called Google Tools. There's a video he has on YouTube called Google Tools or Maps Tools. And if you go watch it, he doesn't have an affiliate, none of that. So he's giving you the honest goodness truth. He doesn't care either way, you know what I'm saying? So, and he's testing it just on those accounts and basically, does it work, does it not work? You know, and the statement he made, which is what I'd said, I believe is 100% accurate, is most SEOs say this works and they have no idea because they're not testing just this. They're testing this plus this plus this plus this. And they're thinking it's working, but they haven't eliminated all these other things. I don't know how I ended up in real estate ducking hard, but there's lots of opportunity. I agree, especially real estate agents and brokers and stuff. It's a hard niche. When I've done it before, it's not going to be no 2 or 3 month deal, not by a long shot. So
it's tougher.
Yeah. Let's see here. Good morning, Kirk. I seen Kirk pop up in here. He's a local Google Ads pay-per-click guy here in the Philippines. Let's see here. All right. All right, Aaron, if a client asks what results can I expect, how would I answer?
the best you possibly can.
If they were looking for estimates on phone calls, traffic increases, do you think you can even answer that one?
I could give them an answer, but you'd have to see. They'd have to be showing what the previous results were, showing where they're currently at. You can just give a best prediction. There's no way to guarantee anything, though. I don't think. Why do you give something different, William? No,
I don't, and I mean, this is where there are people that I know of that will say, well, I don't just increase the rankings, I increase the phone calls. Well, bitch, anybody can increase the phone calls because all you gotta do is see spammy ass phone calls to this shit, and you can increase the phone calls. There are ways to use bots to make it look like their phone calls increase. In reality, is not, unless you're using a spam filter that shows genuine phone calls versus marketing phone calls. Number two, my only guarantee is I'll get you in the top 3 within 3 months. If I don't, I work for free, period. All right. However, that being said, just because you're in the top 3 don't mean you're going to get no damn phone calls either, because if your offer is no good, then no one's going to call you. That's why I say, you got to have a good offer. If your offer sucks, they're not going to call you. It's like, what sets you apart from every other plumber in, Philadelphia? And most people can't even answer that. What's going to make me call you as a plumber versus your competition? And I can get a guarantee it's not just because you're in the top 3. That's where most people get it messed up with. So, I just guarantee you'll be in the top 3. If you want me to handle all that other stuff, that's something totally different.
I like how you put that additive on there. If I don't, I'll work for free.
Yep. We do that. I mean, it's like right now, out of a couple hundred clients, we got 6 of them we're working for free on. That's how it's like, well, that means you suck. Well,
that doesn't mean
I'll take 196 successes out of 200. So,
I mean, I don't know anybody that hits 100% of the time.
Yeah, and there's some of them. It's like there's this one right now. I can't get them to move for shit. So I told it right now I'm trying some other little black hat shit just to see if I can get it to bump. But it's like, I need your permission because we're going to throw everything at it and see what will happen. So, Greg, you should look at Acquisition Real Estate in Fresco, Texas. Their stuff is awesome. Yep. Graham, video verification is uber low. I would cross that bridge if it becomes mainstream. Let's see here. I think that's the big thing that sets us apart, really, is we'll work for free. In 3 months, I ain't got you where you're supposed to be. We'll work for free.
You give that to every. That's quite
every client.
Every client.
Everyone.
So if New York, if I'm running a DUI attorney in freaking Chicago, 90 days or you'll work for free.
Yes.
Sheesh.
Lawyers, everybody. All of them.
That's brazen.
Tom, that's what Russell Brunson talks about. Balls to the wall guarantee. Got to have some skin in the game. But mind you, when I take on a DUI client or someone else, they're at the top tier package. It's not they're paying $250. They're at the top tier package. And I go, okay, this is what it's going to take. And if I don't see movement within 30 days, I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on? Because I want to see movement ASAP. Let's see here. Any questions? Got 30 something of you guys in here. Feel free to ask some questions. Chante, hey, breaking into the water damage niche in smaller cities. Good idea to offer the same guaranteed top 3 months or I'll work for free. if you're outsourcing to someone like me, if you're brand new in it, then, no, it's not a very bright idea. But if you're outsourcing to us, then yeah, because obviously we do the same guarantee. Not all SEOs are going to have that guarantee either. So they're few and far between.
Fact.
Let's see, what kind of radius is that guarantee good for? Depends on the client. So we normally start off with 2.5 miles and we expand to 5, then to 10, then to 20, so on and so forth. Just depends on the client. 2.5.
That's even more brave. So you're guaranteeing map pack rankings. We're not talking organic.
No, map pack.
Damn, that's even braver, man. So DUI attorney
pack.
in Chicago comes.
Map pack.
Top 3, 90 days, or I work for free. That's
yes, sir.
Damn.
Chante, yes, outsourcing. Yeah, so outsource to us and on board, like, and if you watch, I don't know if Chris has been, I'm pretty sure you have, but watch when I drop those specials, one which is free website with SEO with content for, like, if it's the 20-page website, $350, when it should be like $2,000. And after that, it goes on the regular price. So grab those when you can, outsource to us, and then therefore you got your first month basically for nothing. And so
those sites that you build, Jonesy, they're absolutely overpriced. They're a rip-off, mate. The one you built for me, the phone doesn't stop ringing. It's making us tens of thousands of dollars. How dare you,
Graham?
I'm serious. We don't even have a GMB, man. This thing phone just doesn't stop ringing.
I know. Graham's picking because I've had people go, "You're a scammer," and I told him, I said, "You convinced me how someone gives away $13,000 or even a couple of $1,000 and they're still a scammer. Please introduce them to me if this exists," because I've yet to meet someone that does that. Usually it's give me your money and then they run. Aaron Atwell, nice to see you, brother. How do you control your margins and profitability when, by the sounds of with guarantee, you don't have consistent inputs because you're adding in more links? Press blah 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 blah. All right, and I'm going to be going over a lot of this in when I start Agency War Room, but I'll give you an example. Just give you an example, right? 2 different agencies, 2 different situations. Good friend of, I believe, Chris's, and one I was on a show with the other day, and you probably watched it a couple of months back. It was me, Chris, and Chase was on there, and I was on there. Ruan Marino. He has a 7-figure agency. I have a 7-figure agency. His overhead is almost $80,000 a month. 80,000, almost $1 million a year. Okay, overhead. William lives where William's at. William's overhead on a monthly basis is around $8,000. So there's your profitability. If you want to deal with it, is like the difference between Chris, Holly, Aaron, anybody in here hiring a VA. Ask Kirk, because Kirk's in here. He works with VAs too. He has his own VA agency. I'll pop you up in here on the pin, Kirk. And the difference is, for example, when you have a VA here in the States, you have no control over it whatsoever. No training, you're not in their face, you can't talk to them, you can't help them, blah blah, and you're not that involved. When you have a VA and you're in the States, that's the way it is. When it's with us, we're right, I literally am right here. I can walk down the stairs, my entire team's downstairs, talk to them, train them, deal with it. So we have that ability. Am I telling the truth, Kirk? Siggy. He can't. I can't hear you yet, but there you go.
Yeah.
But that's the big difference. It's like if you look at anybody, for example, that has VAs or running an SEO agency, there's a big difference between someone like himself or myself. I have less overhead, therefore I have more profitability. Then on top of it, I have other methods in which I'm basically cutting my costs. Okay, so let me go back up. So that's how.
And you probably have more than 70 or 80 clients, I would assume.
I have close to 200 clients.
Yeah. So double.
So you're, let me put it that way. So it's the same reason why I was telling you earlier. It's like, we're going after 2 comma award, not because I need the damn award. It has nothing to do with that. We already hit it. So, should we have a www prefix on the URL or no? Does it even matter?
It doesn't matter, but it gives you
www.
It gives you a safety plan. If you burn down the www, you always can go to root.
And here's another one. Go back to that again. Stupid. It's a VA thing. We're going to be teaching the VA stuff, especially in agency war room. I have 100 and something SOPs. That's all types of scrap, right? One of the things I've been hearing a lot lately, and one of the things I used to do, and Chris can confirm on this too, I'm pretty sure, because he's used some in the past. But all right, so you're starting out an SEO agency, and instead of you doing the work, you go on Legit, you go on Fiverr, you go on Upwork. You're going to have to go through dozens of people that you're going to hire just to find one that's decent. And there are people that will actually say, well, all you got to do is go run this SEO audit, then send it over to someone on Fiverr, and they'll do it for $10 or $20 or $30. Yeah. And then when that bitch comes back and is wrong, then you're going to have to go through and find someone else and find someone else and find someone else. But this is the type of lunacy that people are out there talking about. So, and I've done it before. One of my oldest VAs I have with me, I found on Fiverr. But once I found him, and took his ass off of Fiverr. But it took me years just to find someone that good. So, let's see. Thomas, how much would you charge before you start working for free? It depends. Like, depends on what SEO package. Like if it's New York, Miami, it's $1,500 a month. So it's already $4,500 in the bank. For me in Kirk, anybody in the Philippines, 4,500 is about 250,000 pesos. It's a good chunk of money. Okay. That's because we live in the province. Kirk lives in province. I live in province. When you live in Manila, not so much. You want to have a good life, not so much up in Manila. If you want to live like imported foods from America in that Western lifestyle, then you're going to have to pay the buck. But it's still about half of what it costs in America. Still half. I mean, I can go and stay at a 5-star hotel with a damn casino and everything else. Okada, Manila. Go look up Okada. And go look up Okada, Okada. It'll cost me $500 for a 5-star suite. And I ain't talking about your 5-star American suite. I'm talking about like presidential fucking suite.
Nice.
So, $500 a night with the casino, Jeff. Casino. With all you can eat buffet downs. I mean, I'm not even gonna get started, but nevertheless. Let's see. How much would you? Okay, Patrick, William, when are you going to do the YouTube domination? Probably this upcoming week. I'm thinking about it, but we'll see. And I'm only giving away about 90% of this stuff. I'm going over what's in my spreadsheet. I'm not giving out all the, stuff. The good stuff. No, thank you. I don't need a bunch of SEOs running around trying to rank for local SEO, Google Maps SEO, and everything else. Y'all could have those terms. I honestly don't care for them personally. Now, what I will do, I had someone ask me today, will I offer it as a service? Yes. If you were to send me a 10-minute or less video and do what I say, then yes, I'll do it for you and I'll rank it. Guarantee I'll rank the bitch. But I'm not going to tell you how I do it because I've had people ask me that. Aaron, summary have margin so great that it doesn't matter. Bingo. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't, you're not going to be able to do what we do because in the States, you should be at least charging, let's say $1,000 a month for SEO. And then, that's not in a very competitive niche and then none of that stuff. So you're not going to be, give me 1 second. So yeah, margins is what matters. And it's like if you're $1 million company gross, I'm not impressed. Be $1 million company net, then I'm impressed. But even that's getting easier and easier to do. Anybody can do it pretty much, as long as you follow the steps. Trying to get Chris to move over here. Told him, say you have a chef, a couple of housemaids, massage therapist, driver.
Bro, I'm gonna have to, maybe I should get you to convince freaking Kelly for me.
Kelly, I need you to get on a call real quick.
I think it's well, you know how ladies are. They don't want to move from mom and dad, it's her family.
Yeah, my mom and dad will be here in July. So they'll be here for about a month as long as things keep going the way they are. So my mom's asked me 50 million questions because she's never been overseas. And it's like, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? It's like, oh my God, man. I'll just come. I'm actually considering flying into New York to catch them and meet up with them, but I don't know. I don't really.
Hey, William,
I don't
come
really-
in the
yeah.
first week in June.
First week in June.
I'm here. I'm having a mastermind the first week in June, I think. Craig's gonna come.
Okay.
Chris is gonna come.
Yeah,
I'll fly
I
you
have to
over.
consider that because that's actually June 2nd's my birthday too. So
Holly has a mastermind. I'm there for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. It's happening first week in June.
Awesome.
And you'll be able to meet Austin. And you can pick Austin's brain. and his
Austin.
coding. Yeah.
Do you want to know what I had someone ask me? I'm like, I could imagine what Holly would tell these people. I had someone ask me, said, hey, can I have access to the database where you're storing all this information at? I was like,
yeah.
What in the fuck?
Get right on that. Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna get right on that.
That's what I felt like doing. Chris. Yeah, let me jump right on that.
Yeah.
Here's
You want that in
passcode and
Dropbox or yeah?
I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't asked people for that, but I'm like, I'll give you I'll give you several thousand to give me access to something. I mean, I'm not shy about asking that if I say I'm going to give you money, but not just.
It
Can I
wasn't
have
even
some?
privately. It was in the public forum. It was public.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what did you eat for breakfast?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I asked.
Kirk, oh, you got
SEMrush
no
for their
audio.
database.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, I don't know, it was like $40,000, and I was like, yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah. Patrick, Chris says to get reviews of stick, if we change the IP, the Gmail account, what should we do with your browser? Do you use a special browser? I love you, Patrick. Some of these questions are wild. Chris, you got a special browser? You got a special browser, bro?
No, I don't. I do use
love
well, no, I don't have anything special. No.
I mean, you can separate your profiles and stuff like that, but
I mean, there are there's tools out there, but I'm pretty tight. I'm not gonna give somebody $100 to make new profiles. you know, but there are, I forget what they're called off the top of my head. I can't think of the name of it. Ghost browser.
Ghost
Stuff
browser.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah, Ghost browser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still not probably gonna pay that because Chris, man, you're like tight.
Squeaking.
Tell
I
'em,
could have
go
made
look up-
50 last
Go
month.
look
I
up
still
tight
wouldn't
in the
spend anything.
dictionary, and you're going to see Chris.
Yeah, you are.
Ugh.
But
Fine.
me and Holly were talking about. But the good news is with Chris is when he should be charging $1,000 for his fucking time, he's charging $100.
I am fair.
You know,
I'm a fair
He's
guy.
very,
yes.
very, very fair. You know,
There's fair, and then there's like, what the fuck are you doing? Fair, like, come on now, you gotta charge more for that shit.
It's been going. I probably missed some, but it's been going pretty good lately. I mean, I'm not too but it's been going a lot better. It's been going good.
and then he also is Chris is the one. I started doing them 15-minute damn sessions because of Chris. I stopped doing 15-minute calls. I ain't doing that shit now. Y'all go to Chris. Y'all go to Chris and do that shit because that's brutal. It's brutal, dude. When you got 15.
I changed it to
fucking-
10-minute phone calls. Yeah.
It's like on Wednesdays, it's always 15 calls, dude, and it's like 9:30, 10:30, 10:30, 11, all the way to
Right in a row.
I'm going
Yeah.
to sleep, and it's like, dude, y'all got to back up.
Yeah, it's not for the money, but out of those, 5-6 calls a day,
Yeah.
I'll catch
And
a
I was
client out of
strangling
that.
myself if I had to, like, I'm struggling just doing 1 hour a week with talking to people.
Yeah.
Like 10 hours a day, I would like,
I
no.
showed her my calls one day, and she's like, "No, I'd kill myself."
Yeah.
Not-
I mean, like, I was telling Dawn, I was like, man, I got 1 hour. So I committed to 54 weeks. And so she thought I was like every day. I was like, one 1 hour a week is painful.
Wow, really? Now I feel 1 hour.
No, I don't like people. I don't want to talk. There's a certain set of people I like and I'll hang out with and I'll chit chat with, but then I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, I'm done.
Yeah. Matthew, what are your opinions on buying Google reviews? It's going to be a hit or miss. Buy a couple, see if they're any good, if they actually stick. And besides sticking, is it going to move the needle based upon how you're doing it? Just FYI. If you have your client's competitor buying reviews in an obvious way, do you fight it? I get better than them.
A competitor's buying them?
Yeah, they could tell a competitor's buying them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think
You can
a
mark them
lot
as
of,
spam and fight them, right?
yeah, I mean, you could, but yeah,
Is
who
it
cares?
worth it?
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah.
Get better.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Chante, which package of yours would you suggest I grab for water damage in San Diego? Let me see what the population is. I'm pretty sure I know what it is already. San Diego population. 1497 a month. It's the top tier. It's package 4. And that's going to come with a lot of backlinks, a lot of press releases, a lot of guest blog posts, all that shit. So, Matthew Moses, keywords and reviews seems huge now. There's a bunch of things that are, I don't know if you're in it, but Brock Misner's class, Matthew, get in it. Patrick, Chris is fair and provides a lot of value, and I agree 100%. He's probably the one person I was really watching a lot of before I started saying, hey, let's start doing these, YouTubes all the time, because Chris is the only other one that really does them all the time. Have I heard anything back from Proxidize yet? Nope. I was going to buy the big ass server and do it, but then I've been talking to some people and say it's really doing what we're talking about doing anyways. With reviews, it's not really necessary to have the proxies as long as I do the other stuff. So, But
How much is their big package?
their big package, they went from it only being $7,000 one time to now it's like it's about 1,500 a month.
How many do you get?
It's like I think, how much was it, Graham? It was something like 100, I believe.
20
100.
plus. You get 20 plus modems, so you could probably, stack that thing out to 100.
Yeah, because that's what their main package was before, was 100. Yeah, so I was going to drop the $7,000 and get a click farm and all that shit going, but
No, I'm looking at
Is it cheaper if you just get like how I set like hundreds of servers, like $6 servers? So my server bill is 6,000, and that's 1,000 servers, and you could just do a click farm on that.
that would be, to me, more ideal than paying 1,500 a month.
Because you
You
never log out of your YouTube or your Gmail accounts. They're always logged in, and you can set like whatever, so it gets continue engagement.
Correct.
And then you just log in and leave a review. I mean, just to think about it. So you have 1,000 IPs.
I went down the rabbit hole because of the CTR, because we can't use the American 4G, and the Australian 4G is the price is astronomical. Like,
yeah, my date, like I was telling you, like the data over here for the SIM cards, I get unlimited for like dirt cheap. So that's why we were going to do the phone farm and all that stuff.
Well, I would look into getting those 4G. I mean, stick 1,000 servers over there.
Yeah, I've considered taking upstairs room as well and doing the whole thing. That's why I was posting back in a couple of months ago. I posted a picture of a phone farm.
Doesn't Proxidize just sell the software?
Yeah, they have a whole software now, and it's set up with. Well, now it's set up with the software, everything.
Oh, you can't just buy the software anymore.
The whole shebang. Yeah, they changed it. So Thomas M. So if the cost to run water damage is $14.95, I would tell you to charge at least $3,000 or more. Is what I would tell you to charge. Whatever you're paying me, double it at minimum. And are you going to do it for SEO, or are you doing pay per lead? Depends on your model. But if you're buying it, charging straight out, then yeah, double its cost. Go over here. William, are you going to start a phone farm? I've considered it. How do you make your own proxies? I was actually in the process. I already bought the phones, I already got the whole setup. I just haven't put it together. All right. Any recommendations on a good tool provider to reanimate archive.org sites for expired domains?
They're builders. They're builders for that already. Isn't there guys that'll launch 500 sites? I think $22. I don't know if that's what you're trying to get to, just building out expired. But why would you want to build out? A lot of those sites are so old. You go looking at those sites, you're like, you sure you want to build those out? Maybe. And isn't
the purpose really you rebuild them out just enough, not duplicate, but just enough to make Google think that it's the same site, and once they think it's the same site, to pull in those old backlinks, and once you do that, you redirect it.
Yeah, just build out the top pages with the same structure. It doesn't have to be the same content, same look, same nothing, just the same structure, and only the pages that have the equity.
Yeah,
you want to do the least amount of work, for the
least amount of work for the most amount of money.
Always
get the most amount of money.
Absolutely. And then you .html those pages, and then you go on your way. Or, I mean, if you want to do it the cheap way, like, your $5 link special type way, like you just go buy the expired domain, relaunch it exactly how it was, and then start swapping out the original link or text for the links that you sell. It's an easy way to do it too. It depends on what your goal is.
Radu, you can always build your own 4G proxy. Find some pretty good projects on GitHub. Yep, I agree.
4G, you just need Raspberry Pi. They're like $45 a piece. The software is what they had, but if they're charging monthly for it, that's what they had that was worthwhile. Raspberry Pis are very, very cheap, very inexpensive.
So, Chris, this is Patrick. Chris, I'm curious. I don't know if you're going to answer this, though. Why do you use SEMrush or prefer to use SEMrush over Ahrefs?
Because I'm sponsored by SEMrush. That's why.
Raspberry Pi plus dongles, totally with you on that. My son on Raspberry. I got my son on Raspberry Pi when he was in high school, and he loved it. Jeff says, "Why not use both? If you got money to burn, go ahead for it, but I don't think it's necessary." The main reason I don't use Ahrefs, and I've said this before, was the sheer fact that whenever we were using it, had all our projects, and we have multiple VAs logging in and they know this, then they were like, no, and they kept taking my accounts down over and over and over again. And I said, that's fine. And then I went to SEMrush and started using SEMrush. And then what's his name got me set up with a Guru account over there.
They're way more receptive too. I actually tried Majestic first when I was first getting on. And then I tried, I was talking with Ruan because he already had the plug with Ahrefs, but Ahrefs didn't like my flavor. You know, they're not open. They didn't like my style.
Whatever,
so SEMrush
man.
was the clear winner. Yeah, they're way cooler. SEMrush is cool.
Yeah. And Kirk can shake his head. Kirk, aren't you sponsored by SEMrush too? I'm pretty sure you are. Or at least they've sent Kirk some cool swag and shit. I'll put it that way. I seen that as like, Kirk, give you the hookup. I want some of that swag, bro. Yeah, he loves SEMrush looks too. Yep. Have you ever messed around with software used to make proxies on Raspberry Pi, Chris?
Software from Proxidize once upon a time, but not recently, no.
Yeah.
There's a couple of hub providers out there that I've bought from Alibaba that it comes with software like with it. But it's not polished, you know, and it's mostly in like Chinese. You can get the general gist of it. It's not hard, but it's not pretty. It's not something that you could like resell or something. It's not polished at all. Yeah, no. And then you can't like multi-manage it. It sucks. Yeah. But you could buy those hubs, you know, like 50 SIM hubs and those routers. They sell them for you know, like mass text marketing campaigns. You could buy hubs from Alibaba. Yeah, that's where I got mine from. So the software, it comes with, a lot of them will have software with it, and then you could get set up and run it. But you can accomplish a lot with phones too, you know. So
HP, your question, you're looking to work as a VA. I don't hire anybody that's not in my physical office. So if you're a VA and you want work, post it inside the Google group, and then I'll take a look at it and see if I'll approve it or whatever. But generally speaking, I don't hire anybody that's not physically at my location because I just know how it goes down. Usually if your VA is elsewhere and you have no control over how things are done, it doesn't work out. Not with me, at least.
Amen to that,
You know,
William. That is
so-
brutal. Bro,
I hate to tell you, but
they are something else. When you get one though, hold on to them. Yeah.
like we're going through a SOP that we're making, and I had them go through training. Like I'll give you all a hint how I would do this stuff. Yep. Jeff says VA in the house is the most. Chris gives me his drive stack training. This is how William's going to train somebody. I have 3 or 4 VAs. I go, here's Chris's training, go through it. And you're like, what? Yeah, here's Chris's training, go through it. You're going to go over this part, and then you're going to start writing the SOP, as you understand it. Mind you, I've already went through the SOP. I already know how it's supposed to be done. He goes to the SOP. They told me, I go through it and I find the holes. And then I fill the holes in with them and I question them. And then I do a walkthrough with them. And then I give them something to do and they actually do it. And I make sure it's perfect. That's before I even get them on any client work. So that's how I avoid all that bullshit. So, and even then, it's still going to fuck up. Trust me. Jeff will tell you, still going to fuck up. Trust me. Still going to have issues. Something's going to happen. But I'll have a lot less issues than someone else will. So, Kirk,
right
brave
there.
man, soon will fire overseas VAs to a supervisor for every 4. Yep. Kirk, just out of curiosity, you can text me this, but are you back in your main office? Are y'all back to Surigao? He had a Typhoon Odette come through and it knocked out his whole operation out there. So, but but yeah, so, but nevertheless, not yet, but we're back last week of March. Awesome. Good to have you going, be back. Told us that we need to go to Surigao. Somehow I could drive to Surigao with an RV. I'm like, I can't drive to Surigao with no RV. You're on an island, dude. An island. Yep. I want to come see you, bro. As soon as you're back in Surigao, I want to come see you.
Have you been implementing those driving directions? Have you been playing around with that single-handedly, just itself, or messed around with anything else?
I've already messed around with, you mean from the new course?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we've done that. We're adding, well, the hack, we are actually implementing into our location page plugin. And I've already told him that. He knows that. I told him, said, just FYI, I'm putting it in my location page plugin.
So did you single that one out already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did? Okay. And
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. I couldn't believe I didn't think of this. I said, there's even an API for it. He didn't realize that. And I said, yep. I said, I already went and got it and put it across every single one of our clients. They get it. So besides iframing it, you can do it with an API. So we're doing API. So there's a couple of little things in there. I was like, never even thought of it. But, and we're going to be working with that. So Patrick, Chris, what would you like? I can answer this without even him answering it. But Chris, what would you like more, GSA or straight box?
Boy. That's actually kind of tough. I mean, if I had to choose just one, GSA. Hands, yeah, GSA.
He lives and eats, breathes GSA, but he likes straight box.
I like straight box.
Like.
Yes,
love
exactly.
or like.
Yeah, that's right. Like I'd marry GSA, but I like scrape box, you know.
Essentially, what I want to do with you, Kirk, is what me and you have talked about. Is I've mentioned this, but then Odette happened. Was me and Kirk, I've talked about us doing a mastermind here in the Philippines and having Chris or Holly and Craig or whoever else wants to come over, and Mad singers and all of them. And do a mastermind over here. And then also I want me and Kirk, we're going to start, once he's settled, I've talked about this, is me and him, I want to start traveling with him on the weekends and come in and do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday seminar in which he teaches VAs how to do, if you will, ads and, pay-per-click. And then I teach them local. And because I've been wanting to do that. I started doing that before I started my agency, and they're very receptive to it. So once you're back to Surigao, that's what I want to do, bro. I'm going to start traveling, go to here, Cebu.
Yo, you hold a conference, I'll come. For sure.
Oh, that's definitely
I could get away for a week or two. No problem.
It's definitely happened. Craig was like, I won't come unless you tell me exactly how to rank those videos.
Well,
not happening. Tell him, say not happening.
I'd do it for the experience. Come check you out.
Y'all would have to make a proposal to my wife because
Yeah,
she's
Holly's
not okay
Holly's not a vegetable and fish person. She's already told me, listen, I'm a peanut butter woman
Oh,
and
Yeah.
steak and
Me too.
potatoes. That's it.
Yeah, 2 PB&Js every day at 10 a.m. and then meat
With
and
milk.
potatoes at night
Yeah,
with,
with
milk.
milk, Holly?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I'm from Wisconsin. Like seriously, it's wrong if you don't drink it. Yeah.
Yeah, Kirk, I've been wanting to do that, bro. I'm just waiting on you to get back to Sarah, and then literally I'm being truthful here. Before I started running my agency, I had literally went and I said, okay, I'm gonna start teaching people how to become a VA. And I did, that just flopped because of COVID hit, and then I stopped. But my whole plan was one weekend we go to Manila, one weekend we go to Cebu, one weekend we go to wherever we're going, and you get, pack out the house, you charge them whatever, 10, 15,000 pesos a head. You come in there, you teach them, you're helping them, and you fill your bank account as well.
What's
you do both.
Hey, William, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do you think's been the 5 or 3, whatever you got, biggest lessons with growing like an agency to that size, do you think? If you could think back on it, what do you think would be the biggest missteps or the biggest lesson so far?
Learn to shut your mouth. Learn to shut your mouth and focus. Jeff's taught me that. Don't worry about what all these other people are saying or doing. You and Holly have helped with that. I'll give you all that. But at the same time, also, Brunson has, learned to throw stones, openly throw stones at people, because it creates talk and it creates, if you will, noise, and it creates buzz about you. That's the only reason I even do a lot of that. It's not you. I told someone earlier, I said, you think I wake up wanting people to hate me? Please. But 3 biggest lessons. Number 1, if you're going to hire VAs, they need to be in-house. First time I did it outside. I had other people everywhere else, and it flopped. And Kirk can speak for the same thing. He has his VAs in-house. Jeff is the same way. He speak for the same thing. Then when I pulled them in-house, I physically trained them. Physically sat down with them, trained them. Here's how you do an audit. Here's how we fix stuff. Right. And then second, let me think about it. But second, eliminate yourself from the work as much as possible if you want to do it at scale. If you don't want to do it at scale, it's totally different. But if you want to do it at scale, 7 figures or above, you have to eliminate yourself from work. By work, I mean answering social media, answering emails, doing the SEO, doing anything that's not producing the money. If it's not involved in the sales aspect of it and making the money, get your ass out of it. Because otherwise, unless your goal is to stay small and not be at scale. Okay. And this is one, I kind of agree and disagree with that one, but I'll tell you, hire slow, fire quick. I know I've heard that one before.
The Gary V one. Yeah.
I kind of agree with it, but then also I've heard it's like high performers take fast action regardless. So I would almost say fire fast and hire fast. Quick. Don't sit there and think about it. It's like I have one guy right now I'm talking to, mentor. It's like, just do it. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Successful people are scared and they still do it. And they're still scared while they're doing it. Unsuccessful people are scared and therefore don't do it. And then they stay scared about what they're going to do. But third one, grow your own assets. When I first started, I was on someone else's Facebook group. I grew their group from 4,000 to 14,000. And yes, I'll say I grew their fucking group because when I left a year later, they're still at 15,000 people. So yeah, I grew their group because I was coming in there giving value and doing everything that I do in my group. And it's the same reason why we blew up. The fourth one, if you want a fourth one, get on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, I don't know what the hell you're doing. They're the top 3 platforms right now are what? TikTok's number 1, not Google. It's TikTok, Google, YouTube. Should be on at least those 3 and produce content. Content's not about branding. I'm sorry. Content's not about just doing content. I was telling another mentee of mine this is like the reason why you need to go on YouTube every day. The reason why you need to go live every day is so you can discover your own voice. Like I can guarantee if you go back to Chris's old videos, I know for mine, you go back to my old videos, they're totally dark, night and day compared to what he does now or compared to what I do now, because you're going to discover your own voice. And number 2, you produce so much content because it's branding. The more I can put out emails, the more I can do social media posts, the more I can do YouTube, the more I do ads, the more I'm in your face. And you're going to get, when you think of SEO, you're going to think of whoever's in your face all the time, not someone that's not producing content. But the biggest one I told you is just learn to just, people going to talk, just ignore them, let them talk. Let them talk. Jeff taught me about that one. Then Chris and Holly, when I tell them, said, this son of a, you know what, every day, so, but just stop. Just
Let
don't
it
do
go,
your
man.
own
Let
thing.
it go.
Have you ever
Let it go.
have you ever given up how you scrape those Facebook accounts?
No, but I did do something for a certain beloved friend of mine this on this live.
Would you do that for a fee?
It's a fee. It's not my fee, by the way. It's my guy's fee. I don't make none of that. None. I'll put it this way. We got
A lot.
over 200K for a couple of G. So I have an email list.
Man, if
My
you
email list.
You close
is
1% of
huge.
those.
Mm.
Yeah, you just gotta close 1%. At
Mind
my
you,
prices,
now
it's 1%.
Yeah, right now I have every email of every one of the large SEO groups, every one of them. You could say, for instance, stop recording this.